Hello Year 3, Mrs Norris here with day 3 of your English lesson on Wednesday the 13th of May. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's lesson, and I have to say the pictures I have seen of trolls coming in so far on our emails have been brilliant. Okay, our spag starter for Wednesday is a focus on nouns. So I have got an extract here for you to highlight in 3 colours. If it is referring to a person, in yellow, a place in orange, and a thing in pink. If you haven't got those 3 colours or a highlighter, just choose any 3 colours at all and put a new key for you to work on. Now, this document has been saved on Google Drive should you wish to print it off, but we're only doing part of a passage because it should be a quick starter activity. Okay, so pause here while you go through and either make a list on a piece of paper underneath 3 columns, person, place or thing, and write down the words that you can find. Off you go. Okay, then let's see how well you got on. Here are the answers, colour coded to our colours, colour highlighters here for recognising nouns. So you can pause it here while you check off and see how you have got on. I'm sure you've done really well. If you've highlighted one in the wrong colour, just have a little discussion about why it is wrong and what it, and why you've put it in the wrong colour. What did you think? Spotting errors, mistakes is really good for your retrieval of knowledge in the future. Okay, so pause here while you go through. Okay, so our work towards character description today is going to focus on describing and planning our description of the troll that you have drawn. The part of the learning journey. I'm going to jump about a bit so I can break today's lesson up into small steps. Understanding and practice of a skill before then applying it and planning your work. So these 2 elements are going to go together today, and this will make it easier for you doing it at home as we're doing a writing journey in 1 week. We would normally do this over a couple of weeks. And then tomorrow's we will look at similes, but the planning side of similes as well. Today's lesson, I can use expanded noun phrases to describe a character. Today's checklist, make sure you have your troll drawing. We're going to recap on previous learning, understand expanded noun phrases, identify them, write your own, and then plan noun phrases that describe your troll. So that sounds a lot of things, but they're small steps broken down into stages. Our text, some good vocabulary that you can pinch from here to help you with today's lesson. So I've added that on and put it on Google Drive for today's learning as well. Retrieval. So one of the questions I asked you at the end of yesterday's lesson was, what is a noun and what is an adjective? Can you recall those keys to success as well that we did by the end of yesterday's lesson? Okay, pause if you just want to recap and recall. Okay, then let's see, let's take away. A noun is the name of a person, place or thing. An adjective describes the noun itself. Okay, here's your recap of our keys to success. Title, paragraphing, looking at appearance and personality, commas in a list. Language-wise, adjective to describe, use of expanded noun phrases in sentences, coordinating conjunctions, and use of similes. So what does an expanded noun phrase need? Have a think. Do you already know? Can you work it out from the model here? Let's do some understanding. A long, pale and wrinkly face. So we have got adjectives here, 3 of them, to describe the noun, which is the face. Because we've got more than one adjective, we use a comma in a list, just as we would in any other type of list. We use a comma to break up the list of adjectives, but include the and before the last one. An expanded noun phrase is a phrase made up of a noun and at least one adjective. If one or more adjective is listed, then use a comma to separate them within the sentence. Okay, so that's our understanding part. I'll dual screen this so that we've got it side by side as we do the next bit of our learning. Okay, so reminders are here for you to complete this. So the next task is identifying expanded noun phrases within this piece of text. So read the text first, identify the expanded noun phrases, and then just write them down on a piece of paper. Pause here while you complete that activity. Okay, so let's have a look. The BFG showed massive square teeth. His well-worn green trousers were far too short for his skinny long legs. The dirty old leather waistcoat didn't seem to have any buttons at all. His dark black cloak and short, crumpled, collarless shirt kept him warm. He was a kind, caring giant, though, and Sophie grew to love him. Let's have a look. How did you get on? So I've highlighted here, so you can pause the video to check your answers. Massive square teeth, worn green trousers, shiny long legs, dirty old leather waistcoat, dark black cloak, short crumpled collarless shirt, a kind caring giant. Okay, so that's understanding and identifying. Now it is over to you. We've got a very cute puppy and kitten here, I have to say, very cute. I've listed some nouns as a starting point for you. This is your task. Write some expanded noun phrases thinking about this picture here. Describe the puppy and kitten in the image. Use an expanded noun phrase to do this. Write some expanded noun phrases. Include the phrases within the sentence. So not only, if we go back one page, there's our list of expanded noun phrases here, but they are within a sentence themselves. Create your expanded noun phrases first and then build the sentence around it if you find it easier. This page here I have put a help sheet as a starter for some ideas about the types of adjectives you could use. You don't have to use that, but that's a starting point. I've uploaded that to a Google Drive as well, should you wish to use it. So pause here while you complete that activity. Okay, I am sure that you've come up with some really good sentences. I am looking forward to hearing some really good sentences about your troll pictures. So here we are then. Your task was to draw a picture of your very own troll. If you haven't done that, pause, go off and do that now. Okay, if you have, make sure it's in front of you. This planning grid I have also saved on Google Drive if you want to print it off, or you can replicate the same columns on a piece of paper or in your book into these grids if you have a ruler. So I've put the picture of my troll, my image, in the middle here. You can do the same, you can redraw it, you can make it smaller. If you've got it on a bigger piece of paper, draw it again, colour it if you haven't. Give some colours, as that will help your description as well. Underneath are a list of nouns. This isn't an exhaustive list, it's just some suggestions to get you started. As you can see here, I've put Wednesday. I can use expanded noun phrases to describe a character. Tomorrow we will be learning about similes, although I haven't put that in that section here. I will change that on the document itself. And we will complete, so that's my mighty mistake, we will complete our similes work and planning of similes. So these bottom two boxes in tomorrow's lesson. So let's apply what we have just been learning about here. Okay. There we are. I have given you some examples of expanded noun phrases. I've also set you a little bit of another challenge. Long curly horns, small beady eyes. Let's think of a couple of adjectives that you could choose to describe the hair. Looking here, it looks like a little bit like a mohawk, all in the middle of his head. So list your nouns here and come up with your adjectives to describe your nouns. Here's your challenge for alliteration. Can you use the same letter at the beginning of your adjectives to describe one of the nouns? For example, bright bulbous eyes, huge hairy ears. So that's a little additional challenge to see if you can push yourself. On the personality side, I have put angry, mean beasts. He terrifies people. Okay, so now it is over to you. Can you have a go now at your very own description of your troll and complete the first two boxes here? Make a list. I've only put a couple of examples. It's very difficult to fit them in, otherwise it'd be very, very small on the screen. But come up with as many as you possibly can. Not full sentences. Remember what I shared with you last week. Important that planning grids are note form. Okay, how have you got on with today's lesson? I hope you've done really well with your starter ideas. Tomorrow's lesson, as I said, we are looking at similes. Keep your planning grid for tomorrow and we will complete the bottom two boxes in tomorrow's learning. Thank you for joining in today, Year 3. Looking forward to seeing some more of your troll pictures really soon. Bye bye.